Are you moving to the Atlanta area and you want to live in an area that's full of restaurants, shops, nightlife, and breweries? I think I counted 8 in this area. Well, then you have to consider the area of West Midtown, and I'm going to get into that today, show you around, show you where all the restaurants are, and also show you some home options in this area. So stay tuned for all of that. Let's get into talking all about living in West Midtown right now. My name is Molly Sleznick and welcome to my channel. If you are new here or returning and you have not subscribed to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and hit that bell if you want to be one of the first to be notified when I do post a new video. But you guys, I am here to be your walking, talking tour guide of all things here in the Atlanta area. So if you are moving from out of town or maybe from the burbs and just trying to get a feel of different areas, well, I'm your gal. I just want to show you different areas so you can get a feel of if this area suits your lifestyle and your budget. But you guys, here I am in West Midtown. I'm going to show you around. As I'm going through, if you have any questions, put them in that comments box below, or you can always hit me up, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I would really love to help you out and make your move here a little bit easier, so don't hesitate to reach out. But let's get into talking about West Midtown. Now, some people will call this West Midtown, Westside. And I'll be honest, there really isn't a true boundary line for the West Midtown area. As the name sounds, it is on the west side of Midtown, just across 7585, and it's just west of Georgia Tech and the Atlantic Station area. So it's an area that roughly, I'd say the heart of it runs through Howell Mill Road, and I would say the borders would be like Northside Drive, Marietta Road, and then Chattahoochee Avenue on the north side. But most of the west side is just very commercial, a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops. So that's what you're going to find here. And there are condos and lofts and townhomes scattered in the heart of this area. But then if you really want like a single family home, there are some little neighborhoods surrounding this area that you could look at. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples. So I'm going to put up a map though so you can see exactly where West Midtown is located, and you'll see that it is very centrally located to the Atlanta area. If you want to get over to Midtown downtown, you're looking at 5 to 7 minutes. Buckhead is 15 minutes. Emory would be 16 to 18 minutes, and going down to the airport probably 20-25 minutes. What I love about West Midtown is that this area has some of the top-notch restaurants in the area. So I love coming over here to eat at the Optimist. It's a seafood restaurant, really, really good. And West Midtown also has probably Atlanta's #1 restaurant called Bacchanalia. It's located here. I've eaten there once on an anniversary night, and you guys, it was really good. It was worth spending the money. So if you ever get the chance to go, definitely check it out. But there's a lot of great restaurants all around here, as you can see. A lot over here in this building, and I'm on this bridge that's pretty cool. It connects these two buildings together. It's called White Provisions, and you'll see behind me you get an awesome view of the downtown Midtown skyline, and you'll also see railroad tracks. And that's one thing about the West Midtown West Side area, is that it used to just be a very industrial commercial area, and over the years it's just been built up to be more of a hotspot of a place to go and have a nice dinner, have a nice night out. And now I actually can't keep up. I feel like they're building so much over here, it's hard to keep track of everything. But a lot of cool lofts, apartments, townhomes, and as I mentioned, there's some surrounding neighborhoods like Blandtown, Howell Station, Home Park, Loring Heights, Underwood Hills. Those areas all kind of surround this area. So like I said, I'll show you a couple home examples in a few of those neighborhoods so you get a feel for that. So yeah, definitely a great place to live, especially if you're single, ready to mingle. This would be a great spot. And you know, I do date nights over here all the time. And yeah, so I'm going to start walking and showing you some of the cool spots first before we start talking about homes and home prices. But I think you'll get a cool vibe and feel of this area. It's definitely one to check out. Even if you don't live here, it's a great date night spot. right along 14th Street and Howell Road, and this is kind of like the heart of the West Midtown area, and so there's going to be a lot of restaurants around here. This room and board, this used to be a meat packing plant, so like I said, this area used to be very commercial, and there's still, you'll get that vibe, but they've really incorporated all the cool restaurants and apartments along with that. And then there's Cooks and Soldiers right across the street. That's another great restaurant. Velvet Taco, there's a Putt Shack, great date night spot. So lots to do around here, lots of shopping, and I'd say there's a lot of like high-end textile furniture type stores and boutique stores around here. But then you also get like a Lululemon as well, but just a great little spot to walk around. The one thing I will mention about West Midtown is that the parking can be a little challenging sometimes. There are parking garages, but they can fill up quickly on the weekends. Now, I'm walking around on a Thursday morning, so it's not as busy, but I will say even on Howell Road, it's just a one-lane road, and so it can really back up. So just be prepared that traffic is a little bit of an issue around here, but check out that view behind me. And yeah, I'm right here by the Putt Shack, so another great little venue. And if you end up living around here, you may be wondering, where do you grocery shop? I always want to know. So one thing that I have learned is that they're building a new Publix just around the corner of this block off of 14th Street. Northside Drive at 14th. They're going to be putting in a new Publix, which is much needed around here because the closest grocery stores right now are either the Publix at Atlantic Station, or you can head up north on Howell Road and hit I-85, and there's a Kroger right over there, and I think there's a Walmart Center. So that would be kind of your two closest shopping points. So I'm going to keep walking, showing you a little bit more. One of the condo options is right here on the main drag of Howell Road. I'm standing right behind it. It's called White Provision. Fees range, for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath around the low 300s. If you want a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, they're kind of in the mid 400s, and the HOA prices range anywhere from the $400 to $700 per month mark. But you're really right in the middle of everything. I mean, you got a West Egg, go grab some breakfast right there on the bottom of the building. So Upbeat, there's a lot of other little restaurants all around here, bar tacos down the street, so you have a lot of options right here at your fingertips. There's always more and more townhome complexes popping up all around, and this is one that still, you can see, it's a work in progress. I got to tour one of these with a client. They're around the $1 million range. They're going to be really, really nice, and they are smack dab in the middle of everything. You've got Barcelona, the restaurant right here, Howell Road with all the shops is right there. So it is front and center of everything in the middle of the hustle and bustle. And you can also see there's tons of apartment complexes all around here. And just down this way is where they're going to be building the new Publix, and they're building more apartments, I believe, for like Georgia Tech residences, but I could be wrong. But there's a lot going on here. I can never keep up on what's coming up next, but there you go. There's some $1 million townhomes, but I'm going to show you an example that's a little bit more affordable, because there are a lot of townhomes that are actually reasonably priced. So I'm going to show you one of those examples coming up here in a little bit. I'll never get tired of this view back here, and you can see there's an active train going through, and that's one thing that if you live over in this area, just know that most likely you're going to maybe hear some train noises once in a while. That's just how it is over here. That's where a lot of the trains have always run through the Atlanta area. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the Beltline, it is not finished over on this end, but the Beltline will be kind of brushing up on the edge of this neighborhood, and it goes up into Loring Heights, which I'm going to show you a home over in that area. So right along that neighborhood as well. So it's not done yet, but eventually it will get finished. I know they're trying to target to have the whole Beltline done by 2030. We'll see if that happens. But anyway, this is just part of the city life, living right over here with the trains, and I just wanted to point out that great view. So if you're looking for a newer condo complex, this one is called 788 West Midtown. It's on the southern end of the West Midtown area. It's relatively new. They still have units for sale, and they range anywhere from the low 300s for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. I think they even have a couple studios in the 200s, and they go up to like the 900K range for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. And you guys, these are really nice inside, very modern looking, and it has all of the amenities you would expect in a condo building of this size, a pool, exercise equipment, etc. So, and the HOA fees are pretty reasonable too, anywhere from $200 to $500, I believe. So this is just one condo example. Now, I will say in the West Midtown area, there's not a lot of high-rise condos. That's going to be more main Midtown area. But anyway, this is an example of a condo option here on the West Side. All right, so I want to show you some of the neighborhoods that are near West Midtown, and I'm in the Loring Heights neighborhood. It's a sweet little neighborhood. It's not huge, but you get kind of a mix of homes. Like this is looks like a new build home, and then you get this cute little bungalow right behind me. I'm going to keep walking and show you a home example that recently sold, but like I said, you're going to get a mix of old bungalows, old cottages, new builds, and there's even some modern homes mixed in. So like here, this one needs a little bit more love, a little fixing up. I would say the median sales price in Loring Heights is around $600K. Now I'm going to show you a bungalow. This one sold for $899,000, so this is definitely high on the higher end of the price range. And I have seen a couple sales in this neighborhood go over $1 million, but this is kind of a nice sweet spot if you want to be by Midtown. You're not far from there, and then you're just a couple miles north of the West Midtown, the whole White Provisions shopping district. So let me go show you this bungalow. I'm standing outside this bungalow that sold for $899,000. This is unassuming, but it's 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,300 square feet. And it has like the blonde oak flooring. It has like a bonus room upstairs. It's got a cute little backyard, and it has cool skyline views of Midtown. So that's an example of what you can find in this neighborhood. And I'm just going to keep walking a little bit, and you'll see it's definitely a variety of homes. You've got these smaller cottage homes right here, and then you can see there's like a row of new builds right across the street from me, along with some townhomes. And I'm going to show you one example of a townhome in the 500K range, new construction. And I don't know where else in these kind of areas you can get new construction townhomes for the 500K range. I think they're slowly disappearing, but I've got one for you. So I want to show you a quick townhome option. Now these townhomes, they're still being built. You'll see behind me, still a lot to go, and they're for sale. They're built by Pulte. There is a couple of these units down here. They were sold for about $564,000 roughly, just over 2,000 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and it has all the modern finishes you want. I think it had like a waterfall island. Now I did see a sign out here that said starting in the 600s, so they may have raised the prices already. So I may have lied telling you that there was townhomes in the 500s still. But this could be a great option. I think the subdivision is called Easton. It's right off of, is that Northside Drive? Yeah, Northside Drive, just right below I-85. So good little spot. Looks like they still have some available in case you're interested. Okay, so now I'm in a different neighborhood. This is about 1.5 miles west of West Midtown. It's in a little subdivision called Night Park Howell Station. I always just call it Howell Station. And it's a cute little adorable neighborhood. I just saw a bunch of people out walking. This person's staring at me like What is she doing talking to a camera? But you know, you're gonna find a mix of homes. You're gonna find craftsman style, some newer, some older. And this is an example of a little bungalow. This one sold for $495,000. It's a 3-2, just over 1,400 square feet. It has a good mix of like the old bungalow charm, but with newer updates like white shaker style cabinets, updated bathrooms and tile, and it has a good sized backyard. So I would say the median sales price for a home in Howell Station is roughly $385,000, but don't be fooled, because I'd say that's probably more on a fixer upper type of home or a small home. And they range, you know, the newer construction homes, they were hitting the high eights. So you can tell that there is definitely a range in this neighborhood, but it has its own little park. But speaking of parks, this is right next to one of the newest parks in the city of Atlanta called Westside Park. It is 280 acres, I believe. It's going to be the largest park in Atlanta. So I'm going to go show you just a quick shot of that area. It just opened in the fall of 2021. So it's very exciting for the city, and it's a really beautiful area just to take a walk, a jog. There's some playground equipment, some picnic areas. So we'll go take a look at that next. Okay, so I'm at the Westside Park. I hiked it up a little bit of this trail, and I will say, if you come to visit this park, make sure you put your walking shoes on, and if you have kids, make sure that they are willing to do some walking. Otherwise, make sure they bring their bike, or if they're small, bring your stroller, because there's a lot of walking involved, and there's some good hills in this park as well. So it's not all flat, but this is a great place for jogging, walking, riding a bike, roller skating if you're a roller skater. And just like, you know, it's kind of funny because when I opened up this video, it was a whole different atmosphere. And this Westside Park is probably 3 miles away from the main shops that I showed you at the start of this video. So it's a great place just to relax and enjoy the day. And I'm going to show you, I'm just walk up here and you'll get a view of the reservoir. Now this reservoir could supply a 30-day emergency water supply for the whole city of Atlanta. So below me there is a little playground with some slides. You probably can't hear it, but there's some kind of like drum circle going on. I hear drum beats, but it goes all over here. I'm just not gonna walk it all today because I have other things to do. I gotta show you some more stuff. One thing, if you drive over to this park, it's going to feel very industrial. Maybe that's the word to describe it, but don't be alarmed if you kind of drive through some neighborhoods that feel a little on the transitional side. Those areas are definitely changing. Microsoft bought like 90 acres of land right along this park. So I think we're going to see a lot of changes happening over in this area. And in fact, across the street off of, I think, Johnson Road, right by the park entrance, there is a huge plot of land. It is a builder, Ashton Woods, is building a ton of homes over there. So this area is just going to only continue to improve and thrive, and I'm excited to see what happens. All right, you guys, you know Atlanta loves their food halls. You know, there's the Krog Street Market over in Inman Park. There is Ponce City Market over in Old Fourth Ward. And the Upper West Side, as they like to call it, which is where I'm at now, there is a food court here called the Chattahoochee Food Works. There's also an adjoining like shopping area with some different little boutiques and artisanal type of products. So a cool spot to check out, and they're still doing a lot of work around here. I don't know exactly what they're building right here, but check out this cool little green space right here. It's just across the street from the food hall. There is, you can see Fox Brothers Barbecue, one of my favorites. And then I don't know if you can see that netting, but just across the street from here is Top Golf. So that's another great fun date spot or a place to hang out with friends, or for like group gatherings. Just go, you don't have to be good at golf to go there. It's a really fun spot. So a lot of cool stuff. There's also like axe throwing, and I think there's another axe throwing store right here. But I am actually very hungry. I need some lunch, so I'm going to go grab some lunch and give you a tour of the Chattahoochee Food Works. Okay, so I opened up my video saying that there's like 8 different breweries over in the West Midtown area. I'm kind of on the Upper West Side, as they like to call it, and Scofflaw is one of those breweries. Now there's also like Monday Night Brewing, Steady Hand, and there's a few more, but I can't name them all. But that's one cool thing about this area, is that there are breweries that you can hop to and enjoy on a nice day. And one thing I want to note about living over in the West Side area is that all the places that I've been skipping around to, they all require a car. Like, you can't just walk from one place to another. They're all kind of spread out. That's the only downside of this area is, yeah, it's all kind of scattered, but really cool spots to hang out. And I just really hope you enjoyed my video vlog tour of West Midtown. Remember, if you have any questions, put them in that comments box, or shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I would love to hear from you, see how I can help you out, whether you're moving tomorrow or next year. I'm here for you. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.